everybody, this is Chris at Zenark Reptiles. Thank you for joining me once again. So hope you guys are all doing well and everything's going great for you. If you guys are new here, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. What that notification bell does, it keeps you in the loop of all my upcoming videos. Also, if you guys get anything from my videos, all I ask is to hit a like button. Also, Ringo decided to join me today. I was spending a lot more time with him when I was laid off, but now I'm working. He's missing me, so he wanted to spend some time with me. So, as you guys know, as I told you last video, that I took a new job. It's slight better pay and also better benefits. It's something I used to do in the past, and it's really something I enjoy, so I decided to change, even though I worked in my last place 7 years, and even though I was actually laid off. But so super happy about this, but my hours are kind of crazy, like I said, and so my videos, I always like to keep my videos fresh. I always try to shoot my videos the day of, so you guys get the freshest content. I know a lot of people that do YouTube shoot their videos like a week, 2 weeks ahead of time, and I like to give it to you that same day. So I usually like to shoot it in the morning, upload it, and that's why it comes out so late. But I promise you, I'll try to keep it the same day if possible. But like today, I'm shooting it a day before. But I'll still promise to give you the freshest content possible that I can. I want to answer a lot of questions I get. I get lots of questions about reptiles, but this week I got a lot of questions about rats and rat breeding. The main question I'm going to tackle first is, how is my rat sales post Covid-19? So after Covid-19 hit, how am I doing? And so first of all, this video, I don't want it to be a downer. I want this to be actually positive, but I'll tell you right now, I'll be upfront with you, my normal rats pretty much plummeted to nothing. So I am not selling any normal rats. Before this, before I was trying to pump them out as fast as I could because I had people that were wanting them. Right now, I think I've sold, since COVID-19, 1 package of frozen, and I had 1 inquiry. That's it. So I pretty much shut the door on normals. I'm breeding probably one colony right now, just for some other snakes I have, and just so I don't lose them completely, because if I sell a snake or I have hatchlings, I want to keep normals around, because if I'm the snakes I sell, I feed them normals, but the ones in my collection that I'm going to keep, I feed them African soft furs. And the reason why I do that is because I don't want them to get attached to the African soft furs, which I've never seen before, but I guess it can happen. So if I'm going to sell a snake, I only feed them normals, or if I'm planning on selling a female that I'm no longer using, I'll go back to normals before I sell her. So that being said, African soft furs are doing well. If I could produce a lot more, because I'm still building my colonies. I have all the colonies I want to keep for my snakes, and I'm just trying to get them going really strong before I start selling them. I sell a few, but you know what? I have people almost breaking down my door wanting African soft furs. So my thing to you is, if you're planning on breeding rats, I would probably say get into African soft furs, because people want me to drive to Oregon and all over the place to buy African soft furs. People here in Washington, and there's no problem selling them. I guarantee if I froze them, I'd sell them real easy too, because people want them. If you guys watch other videos, other people on YouTube, there's nothing but praises for African soft furs when you feed them to your snakes. Matter of fact, I did a test myself. I took 2 snakes, I fed 1 normals and 1 African soft furs, and even though they were smaller rats, the one that ate African soft furs grew a lot faster. That was a thing I did, and I know everybody sings their praises. Now, the breeding side, they're a lot more of a pain. Not so much. What I'm saying is, like, they're not as nice as a normal. When I clean out the normal cages, I pull them out, put them in there with those. I try to grab them by the tail. They're nimble, they're fast, they can get out. I've actually had them by the tail and they actually turned around and bit me. So when I got them, I got a really aggressive line. I've pretty much fed those off and got a nicer line, and I keep on breeding them and they get nicer and nicer, but I don't think they'll ever be as nice as a normal rat. Your normal rats are pretty nice and pretty domesticated. So Again, I want to be a Debbie Downer, but if you're planning on breeding rats, I would definitely go with ASFs because they seem to be a big demand for them, at least here in Washington. Another thing is, I know they're hard to find. I get this question all the time. How do I find ASF rats? Well, I joined some groups on Facebook, and all I did is get on Facebook. I got approved and for the groups, and what I said is anybody here selling African soft furs in Washington? It took me about 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. I keep on posting over again. Finally, I got someone said, yeah, I got them here in Washington. I think it took me a year and a half, and then I told them I'd go across the state to pick them up, and I did. After that, I started getting all kinds of texts from Facebook and say, hey, I got them here too, in Tacoma and different places. And so I started buying a lot more. And then I found a place in Spokane, a place in Tri-Cities. So it became more readily available after time. At first, I was getting pretty frustrated. And I know this is the biggest complaint everybody asks is, how do I find these things? And there is certain states that are illegal. I think from all the comments I get, California's illegal. And I believe that Georgia's illegal, and there's some other ones in between, and you can't ship them across states, or because a lot of states are illegal and they won't let you ship them over, even over in planes. And even actually shipping rats, it's not like shipping reptiles. They have to be shipped on a plane like you would ship a dog, and it's really expensive even if you could. I'm talking about $300 to $600 because I get that question all the time. Would you ship them to me? And I say, well, you can't. It's not legal, and also it'll cost you a fortune. So just keep on looking. I know it gets frustrating, but you will eventually find them. Another question all the time is, what do I feed my African soft furs? Right now, I'm feeding Missouri 6F. I've done pig food and I've gone back, but with the African soft furs, they eat so little. I just use Missouri 6F. But I always have to supplement them. So I always either put bird seed, I've tried black oil seed, I've tried cat food, dog food. Anything with a higher protein really helps out. You have to supplement that protein because I guess in the wild they eat bugs and they're a bug eaters, so they have to have some extra protein. So the thing I use right now mostly is bird seed or black oil seed, but I've used cat food and dog food. And when I'm saying cat food or dog food, you need to use a high grade version. Don't go with some cheap stuff. Don't go get your Attaboy or your Attacat. You need to get some high grade food. Another question I get is, can I feed them doggy dog bag food? I tried doggy dog bag food for a while because it was cheap, and I heard people on the forum saying they use it all the time. When I did that, I noticed a big drop in the breeding, especially in my normals. What I personally got to say about doggy dog bag food, the only reason it can actually be used for rodents is because it's so bad for dogs, it's unusable for them actually. It is mainly grains, and that's the only reason why you can feed it to your rats. But if you actually look at 6F and also pig food, they actually have vitamins in there that's actually good for your animals, where those don't have vitamins. It's just really low grade food that's meant to be bottom of the barrel, and that's not fit for your dogs. So if you're gonna feed them that, I recommend supplementing them with vegetables or some kind of other source of vitamins, because they're gonna be lacking. And like I said before, I had the breeding really drop off, and the animals seemed to be a little more, I guess, greasy, their fur that wasn't as soft. But I know someone on the forum that uses it all the time and they love it, but they just supplement it with vegetables. And also they did say they saw a drop in their breeding. They're only breeding for their ball python colony, so it's no big deal. Does it work? Yes. Would I recommend it? Not really. People like it because it doesn't fall through the 1/4 inch holes, and that's the same with the 6F Missouri. And I got that question before, is there anything else that doesn't fall through the holes? And I haven't found anything that doesn't fall through the holes except for dog food and rodent block. Now I've used pig food, and I've made little baskets out of the 1/4 inch for my normals, so it won't fall through, but it still falls through a little bit, but barely. The only two foods that I know that don't fall through are rodent block and dog food. Trying to think of other questions I get. Oh yeah, also people tell me this all the time, that they bring African soft furs home and they start attacking each other. So definitely that's something you have to know when you're breeding African soft furs, is that once a colony is established, they will kill each other. So if you have a male and female that decided to be, mate, that is a colony, and no longer can you take any other random ones and put them with them, because they will die. They will attack each other and kill each other. So if you want to grow that colony right there, what you'll need to do is actually breed those two and keep the babies back. So you want more females in there. Say you want to have like a 4:1 ratio, 1 male to 4 females. You can, if you have 1 female in there, you can keep 3 more females back and then pull the rest out. And that's how you grow that colony. You just can't grab other rats and throw it in there. Now, if you have some males and females separated when they're younger and then put them in there, that'll work. But once you have established female and established male, it's the females, they kind of get aggressive after they've chosen a male and they've made a colony. So that's a big no-no. Another thing is, people ask me, or ASF aggressive? They are definitely more out to bite you than normals. Definitely. I think I kind of tackled this in this video already, but you can kind of breed it out of them over time by breeding, like find the nicer ones and breed them down. But I don't think personally they'll ever be as nice as a normal, at least for me. And I've seen less aggressive lions, but I've also seen some that are really mean. Actually mean, they'll come and bite you for no reason. And even when they have babies, even if they're nicer, they're kind of a little more aggressive. The good thing about them is that they are cleaner and they can fit in smaller cages, and they like smaller cages. They eat less food, less water. But again, cleaning them is kind of a chore, because they can jump, they can hop, I mean, they can really jump. They're fast, they scurry. I've actually had some come up and bite me when I'm holding them by the tail. So they're just nimble, and if they get out, they're really hard to find. I'm trying to think of all the questions I got this week. I think I've answered all of them. So if you have any more questions, just comment below and I'll make another video. Also, if you want to, you can actually message me on Facebook, or also message me on Instagram. That's where I get most of my comments from. People asking me questions, and I'll try to get to you as soon as I can. I don't answer it every day, but I at least try to get it back in a day or two. And if I can't answer it to you right there, I'll usually make a video, or I'll answer you there and eventually make a video if I get enough of that question. Anyways, guys, if you wouldn't mind checking out some of my other videos right here, also hit that subscribe button. Also like it, really helps me out. Anyways, guys, I love you. Stay positive, stay focused, and I will see you next time. Bye.